In the early months of 2025, the United States was gripped by the dramatic unveiling of a sweeping government efficiency initiative. This movement, spearheaded by President Donald Trump and tech entrepreneur Elon Musk, aimed to crack down on wasteful government spending and streamline federal operations. At the center of the storm was the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, a brainchild of the Trump administration, with Musk tasked as the chief advisor. Following Trump's re-election, one of his top priorities was addressing what he perceived as excessive government spending. The Department of Government Efficiency, nicknamed DOGE, was established with a mission to identify and eliminate wasteful expenditures. The decision to bring Elon Musk into the fold was met with mixed reactions. His reputation as an innovative disruptor promised sweeping change, though some feared his blunt, tech-centric approach would overlook the complexities of government operations. From the outset, Musk vowed to revolutionize the audit process with the help of AI and machine learning. Within days of its launch, DOGE rolled out its first audit reports, which revealed glaring examples of questionable expenditures. Perhaps the most headline-grabbing initial finding involved an over-the-top government contract awarded for the creation of commemorative gold-plated pens for a congressional anniversary, to the tune of $4 million. One of the earliest and most controversial targets of DOGE was the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID. Despite accounting for less than 1% of total federal spending, USAID's operations were slashed severely, with over 95% of its staff terminated. The administration justified the cuts by highlighting fraud and poor management in a series of international projects. One such project involved a $2.5 million initiative to study how goats adapt to cold weather in Mongolia, which Musk mockingly referred to as GOVT. Another eye-opening discovery centered on government-issued credit cards. The DOGE team uncovered that during fiscal year 2024, nearly $40 billion had been spent across 4.6 million active accounts. Disturbingly, these accounts outnumbered the federal workforce of just over 3 million employees. Further investigation revealed that contractors and non-federal employees were liberally granted access to these cards. Among the flagged transactions were extravagant dinners, high-end spa treatments, and trips to casinos in Las Vegas. A single Department of Energy employee charged $12,000 for a luxury yacht rental while attending a conference on renewable energy. Despite the push for efficiency, the initiative encountered immediate backlash due to rushed decisions and mismanagement. One of the most notable blunders involved the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which saw a 40% reduction in staff. The downsizing inadvertently removed key personnel managing a bird flu outbreak that threatened poultry supplies nationwide. The shortage of experts created bottlenecks in mitigating the crisis, leading to skyrocketing poultry prices and public outcry.
Let us know your thoughts on this in the comments below.
Similarly, the National Nuclear Security Administration faced staff cuts that raised alarms about national security. Reports surfaced that several critical safety inspectors responsible for monitoring the maintenance of the nation's nuclear weapons had been laid off. Musk defended the cuts by arguing that AI could fill the gap in inspections, but skeptics questioned whether AI alone could handle such sensitive responsibilities. DOGE's axe also fell on cultural initiatives. A $168,000 contract for an exhibit at the National Institutes of Health Museum celebrating the career of Dr. Anthony Fauci was abruptly terminated. Critics saw this as politically motivated, given Fauci's contentious relationship with the Trump administration during the COVID-19 pandemic. Musk dismissed the criticism as noise, arguing that public funds should be spent on forward-looking projects rather than retrospectives. Another scrapped project included a $3 million federal art grant for a public sculpture series dedicated to celebrating pollinators such as bees and butterflies. Although the project's proponents argued that it was intended to raise awareness of declining pollinator populations, Musk derisively labeled it bug art and insisted taxpayers' money would be better spent elsewhere. DOGE also turned its focus to social welfare programs, alleging widespread fraud. One audit revealed a scheme in which dead individuals were still receiving monthly Social Security payments. costing taxpayers an estimated $200 million annually. Musk's team implemented a new digital verification system to address the issue, although its rollout experienced multiple glitches, leading to payment delays for legitimate beneficiaries. Efforts to crack down on tax evasion were more complicated. Musk had proposed using AI to identify patterns of underreporting and tax fraud, but simultaneous staffing cuts at the IRS hampered the initiative. With tax evasion estimated to cost the government $600 billion annually, the inability to fully implement the fraud detection system left many questioning whether DOGE's mission was being undermined by its own aggressive cost-cutting measures. DOGE's high-profile investigations also inspired local governments to follow suit. In New York City, Councilmember Robert Holden publicly called for the establishment of a municipal version of DOGE to root out excessive spending. Holden pointed to frivolous city-funded programs, including a $500,000 initiative to provide gourmet cooking classes for dogs at an upscale animal spa, as examples of wasteful expenditures. Public opinion remained sharply divided. Supporters of DOGE hailed it as a necessary step toward fiscal responsibility, believing the federal government had long been plagued by inefficiencies and overspending. Critics, however, warned that the initiative's slash-and-burn approach risked dismantling essential services. One of the most polarizing debates centered around the Department of Veterans Affairs, which saw deep cuts to mental health services for veterans. Veterans advocacy groups staged protests across the country, accusing the administration of neglecting those who had served. Musk promised to reinstate some of the funding, but the damage to public trust had already been done. Despite its controversies, DOGE reported total savings of approximately $55 billion by the end of its first quarter. However, this figure fell far short of Trump's ambitious goal of cutting $1.6 trillion in wasteful spending. Experts questioned whether the administration's vision of a leaner government was realistic, or if deeper structural reforms were needed to achieve meaningful results. As the nation continues to grapple with the consequences of DOGE's actions, one thing remains clear. The conversation around government efficiency has been irrevocably changed. Whether the legacy of DOGE will be one of progress or mismanagement is a story still being written.
Thanks for watching, friends. Please like, comment on this video, share this video with friends. Consider subscribing to our channel. All these things help. Thank you.
Let us know your thoughts on this in the comments below.